Hi, my name's Adam. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining us today. Today I want to talk about the go-go phase of retirement. And I talked a lot about on this channel the three phases of retirement. So you have the go-go phase, which is kind of the first 10 to 15 years of retirement. Then you have the slow-go stage, which is kind of that in-between, usually roughly 70, 75, all the way up to about 80, 85. And then you have the no-go phase, which is, life slows down, you can't do a whole lot, you're spending a lot less. So I talk about those three phases, and today I specifically want to focus on the go-go stage. And I want to go through kind of three key features that we see every single day with our clients, with people that we're doing plans together for. Three key phases in that go-go phase that are really important. I just want to touch on each one of those three to make sure that you have this implemented into your retirement plan. So the first goal that you need to have in that go-go phase is travel. And this is the number one thing that gets brought up. When we build out financial plans, one of the questions that we put on the questionnaire, the fact finder that we get from our clients is that, in retirement, in the early years of retirement, A, how much do you want to spend or expect to spend? But B, what do you expect to do? And the number one answer by far is travel. We want to travel, whether it's overseas or locally. We want to travel while we can. And I think most of you realize that, if you retire and you're 60, 65, you maybe only have 5, 10, maybe 15 years of, good travel left where you're healthy enough to actually do the trips that you want to do. You can get travel insurance and all those factors. There's a lot that comes into being able to travel, right? There's the mobility side of it. There's the health side of it. There's also the insurance side of it. Being able to get travel insurance is obviously greatly important if you're going to leave the country. You don't want to be traveling overseas without any medical insurance. If something did happen, obviously that would take a huge hit to your financial plan. So you don't want to do that. So, when you build out your go-go phase, again, the idea of the go-go phase is to spend more, right? When you build out a retirement plan, you want these three phases. And the reason you want these three is that so you can allocate more money in the go-go phase because you're going to use less in the slow-go and the no-go phase later on in life, okay? So by building the plan, you've allocated a certain amount or a certain budget in that go-go phase. And again, a lot of you are going to use it, above and beyond the normal spending. You're going to use it on travel, okay? And so get those trips in early. I can't stress that enough. In the first 2 to 5 years of retirement, you should be checking off a lot of those bucket list things if it fits within your budget. And if it does, go do those trips. A lot of you we talk to and build plans for, you have more than expected. And a lot of you have kind of come back and said, perfect, we can do an even bigger trip or a longer trip or fly first class or whatever it is, right? Everyone has their different goals and dreams and everything like that. Make sure that you build out that travel early because as you know, you probably have friends, family members, someone in your life that is in retirement, that isn't too far into retirement. Maybe they're late 60s, early 70s. They should still be in that go-go phase, but something's happened to them, medically, physically, whatever it is. And they're unable to travel or at least do the travel that they would like to do. So make sure that while you're healthy, while you're early in retirement, if you're able to travel, make sure that you start doing that travel as early as possible. And again, build out the plan so you know how much you have to spend so that when you go on that trip, you can freely spend that money. You can enjoy that trip that much more. The worst thing to do is to go on a trip not knowing if you can spend the money, okay? Build a retirement plan, know what you can spend, have that budget, and go on that trip and enjoy that trip. Okay, I talk to so many people, especially younger people. They have a young family. They go on trips, and it's they're holding their money close. They don't know how much they can spend. They haven't allocated, or even worse, we talk to some people. It's we went to Disneyland and we're paying it off for the next 2 years. Okay, make sure you have kind of a budget. It's way better. You're going to enjoy your travel way more if you know how much money you have to spend. So create that budget, create the plan, know how much you can spend, and then start booking that travel. I know it's a bit weird right now, obviously, with what's going on in the world, but it's starting to open up a bit. Get that travel book, start flying, start doing those trips. It can be local too. You don't have to leave Canada to do wonderful trips. We live in a beautiful country. So if you're looking to travel, look within Canada. I did a video last week and I need to apologize to everyone in PEI because I forgot to put you on the chart. So I put up a chart. It was around taxes in Canada. So where are you going to pay the most amount or least amount of taxes in Canada based on certain income? It didn't come into factor, living expenses and cost of living and all that. It was strictly, if you make this much, where do you pay the least amount of taxes? And for whatever reason, the chart I threw up omitted PEI. So I apologize if you haven't watched that video. We'll link it above here, but I have kind of added in PI within the comments and the pinned comments as well in the description. So check that out. So my apologies first and foremost. But if you haven't traveled to PEI, I know that's on my bucket list. All of East Coast Canada is on my bucket list. I'd love to head out there, do a golf trip. So that's on my bucket list. Whatever travel's on yours, make sure you book it early in retirement. The second goal you need to have in the go-go phase of retirement is to have a hobby, okay? You need to keep busy with something, okay? You've worked all your life. You hit 60, you've worked for the last 40 years, keeping busy Monday to Friday. I do not recommend going cold turkey and having nothing to do, okay? Most of you will find kind of volunteer stuff and stuff to keep you busy, but I encourage you to have that one or maybe two things where you actually allocate time to, okay? For me, I've said it before on this channel, I love woodworking and I love golf, okay? In the summertime, I spend a lot of my extra free time, my personal time on the golf course. That's my de-stressor. I have 4 little kids at home. I run a very busy business. Life is crazy. And for me to kind of de-stress and just have my time, that's on the golf course in the summer. In the wintertime, I do woodworking. So I have a shop on my property here, and I make stuff. Right now I'm doing charcuterie boards for the kids' teacher. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's always something a bit different, but those are my hobbies, okay? That's my place. I carve out time for that. That's my de-stressor time right now in life. But in retirement, you want to have that as well. And it's maybe not a de-stressor because you're in retirement, but it's time where you can allocate, get your mind working, get your hands going. It's something that really you're passionate about and something that you can put time and effort and kind of pour love into, okay? You've had 35, 40 years pouring your love, effort, energy into your work. You need to have something that you continue to do that on. Obviously, it doesn't need to be 40 hours a week, but try and carve out maybe 5, 10 hours a week where you can allocate time to that hobby, something that you love, something that you get filled, and also something that you can either keep your mind or your hands busy with. I think that's important as well. And the third goal I think all retirees need to focus on in retirement, in the go-go phase of retirement, is to try and extend that go-go phase for as long as possible, okay? The go-go phase should be the most enjoyable part of retirement. It's when you travel, you're healthy, you can do more stuff. Well, your ability to kind of extend that is based on your health. Okay, you need to look after yourself. And I think a lot of you, when we're busy with work, I know for myself, if I don't intentionally carve out time for my health would be awful. Okay, again, I work a lot of hours. I'm busy with the family. As the kids are growing up now, we have, more extracurricular stuff to do. If I don't carve out time for my health, I would probably be 250 pounds, overweight for myself. And I'd just be unhealthy. I would not be doing well. And my go-go phase of retirement when I get there would be very short, okay? My wife and I consciously made a decision many years ago to make health a priority. And we actually always joke that, we work out today so that we can spend time with our grandkids many, many years from now, okay? So I carve out 3 times a week to jump on the Peloton. I bought a Peloton bike. Yes, they're very expensive, but I like the motivation. I like having someone yelling at me to work out. I can jump on there for 30, 45 minutes, get a really good workout, and I stay in shape that way, okay? You need to do the same. When you hit retirement, even before you hit retirement, this is any age, and you need to make sure that you're taking care of your health, okay? If you want to extend the best phase of retirement, that go-go phase, you need to be healthy. You need to be taking care of yourself. And we're actually going to do a bit of a video, hopefully a couple of videos here in the very near future with a friend of mine who's a naturopath. And he focuses on, health and how to take care of yourself. We're going to do a couple of videos on, how to take care of yourself as you enter into retirement, okay? What you need to do, what are things you need to do, what are common health issues and how to prevent them. So we're actually going to run that on our channel here probably within the next month to 6 weeks. We're just planning that out right now. So I think it's that important. I know we're a financial planning, a retirement planning channel, but there's no point having a great retirement plan if you're dead in 5 years because you didn't take care of your health, okay? I think it's a big part of retirement. And in that go-go phase of retirement, you need to make sure that you're looking after yourself. Make sure you're moving, eating the right things, taking your medicines and vitamins and all that, okay? So we're going to bring Drew Jameson, who's a naturopathic doctor, on this channel very soon and just kind of walk through, give you guys some tips and tricks around that, like what should you look out for? What should you be doing? What are some things, some vitamins that you can be taking? just things to keep you active, to keep you healthier, so that you can extend that go-go phase. I would love in 10 years from now where I can map out plans for people where the go-go phase goes to 80, not 70, 75. And that has to do with health, okay? If you can take care of your health, you can enjoy that go-go phase for longer, and you can do more travel and everything else for that much longer. So again, I think health is an underrated thing in retirement. I think a lot of us, we're stressed at work, we haven't taken care of our health, and then you just kind of roll that into retirement. You need to take a step back, carve out time for that, and make sure you're looking after yourself so that you can enjoy those, especially the early years of retirement. So the 3 goals in that go-go phase, the 3 things I want you to focus on. Again, travel, hobby, and health. If you focus on those 3 things, I promise you the go-go phase of retirement will be that much more enjoyable and hopefully last that much longer, okay? So again, go-go, slow-go, no-go. In that go-go phase, I want you to travel. Carve out time for travel. You're healthy now. You can do it now. Carve out the money, the time, the effort for that. Make sure you have a hobby. You need to keep your mind and your hands busy, okay? You've been doing that for 35, 40 years. Don't just shut down. Keep that going. And the third thing is your health. You need to look after yourself. Your go-go phase will be shortened if you don't look after your health. So that needs to be a priority as you enter into the go-go phase. Thanks for joining us in this video. Hopefully this was helpful. If you're entering that go-go phase and you need some help with that, you haven't really built out the plan, right? You just have one phase of retirement and you really don't know what it looks like. Check out our fee-for-service financial planning. It's www.parallelwealth.com/planning. You can read all about the offerings that we have there, see if it's the right fit for you, book a call with us, or get started by clicking add to cart. Pay online and we can get that process going for you and build out a nice custom plan, minimizing taxes, maximizing your income, and building that laddered income, so that you have more in the go-go phase and less in the no-go phase, to make sure that you can really spend the money when you're able to. So thanks for joining us in this video. We'll see you in the next one.